Hi, welcome back to my channel, Open the Door. This is episode 138, Cross the Threshold to Freedom. Thinking for yourself in a world built on control. Welcome back to my regular viewers, by the way, and also welcome to any new viewers that may be here. I hope you give me a like or a share, a comment, just to let me know you're out there. If you've ever felt like the world is constantly telling you what to think, who to be, and how to live, you're not imagining it. Consider this. Thinking for yourself is not rebellion, it's self-respect. Because control doesn't always look like force. Sometimes it looks like comfort. Sometimes it looks like fear. And sometimes it looks like being told not to ask questions. So here's ways that control can kind of hide beneath these type of things. Fear-based narratives, social conditioning where we're told, well, this is just how it is. Emotional manipulation, whether it be shaming for questioning authority or guilt tripping or gaslighting. Labels that are placed on critical thinkers that were being difficult and making waves is a form of control. And overstimulation and distraction from social media and movies and the outside world in general can also be a form of control. Dependency on external validation or experts' opinions without researching and looking further for the actual facts is also a form of control. Independent thinkers are dangerous to systems because systems survive on predictability, and independent thinkers disrupt that predictability and that narrative. Disruptors like myself, when we have questions, it creates cracks in the system. And discernment can break dependency as well. So here's the catch. Sovereign people don't need permission. Here's a quote for you to consider. A person who thinks for themselves cannot be easily controlled because they are no longer outsourcing their inner authority. The cost of not thinking for yourself can result in these type of things: betraying our intuition, living someone else's values because we don't have the courage to stand on our own truth, accepting harmful norms, staying silent just to belong and not make waves as a cost of being controlled, confusing obedience with goodness, and trading truth for comfort. Belonging should never cost you your soul. So thinking for yourself versus being reactive. And this is an important distinction to make to maintain a balance. If you're going to claim control of your life, then you need to know how to go about it in the proper way. So thinking for yourself is not automatically opposing everything. It's not arguing for the sake of arguing. It's not consuming alternative information blindly. And it's not a sense of ego-driven superiority either. True independent thinking is using discernment, being curious, practicing self-reflection often, maintaining emotional regulation, humility, and inner listening. Discernment requires both an open mind and a grounded center. But by practicing these type of things like discernment and curiosity, seeking facts, you will generally be able to start to reclaim your own control and your authority. So here's some steps, powerful steps that you can begin to take, practical steps. First of all, pause before reacting and ask who benefits from this belief. Notice any emotional hooks that are tied to this controlling tactic. Is there fear, outrage, or guilt being tied to it in order to emotionally manipulate you? Cross-check your information, as I mentioned. Always look beyond the initial source for supportive material to make your own determinations of what you're being told out there. Sit in silence and learn to trust your body's signals. If something is off and not as we say, resonating with you, your internal voice will tell you that. It could be a knot in the stomach, a constant thought coming back up continuous doubts, that kind of thing. Accept uncertainty to gain control, and accept the fact that you're not going to control everything, and some things are not clear for a reason. So you don't need all the answers, but you need to stop surrendering your thinking. There's a spiritual layer to this, of course, and that has to do with being sovereign is a state of spiritual maturity. Discernment is a sacred practice, something we should all learn to use every day. Truth resonates. It just sits right with us. It doesn't coerce our thoughts or our beliefs into a certain thought pattern. Awakening does often come with loneliness, but that doesn't mean that you can't still claim control of aspects of your life that you feel you've lost control of. Freedom begins internally, so the most powerful form of freedom is mental and spiritual sovereignty. Here's some prompts for you to put in your journal, some questions for you to consider having to do with this controlling world and how you can regain your sense of freedom. The first question in the first prompt is, where did I learn my beliefs? The second question is, do they align with my lived truth, what I know to be my truth? And the third question is, am I choosing and making choices based on fear or an awareness of the truth? So in close, I just want to say that thinking for yourself doesn't make you difficult, dangerous, or defiant. It means that you're awake. And an awake soul cannot be programmed. So this is your reminder. You're allowed to question, to pause, to choose, and to trust yourself again. And this is how you open the door to your freedom and letting go of control in areas where you choose to. This is our episode for today. I hope you've been doing well. I appreciate everyone so much. And I normally don't mention this, but I just remembered it. I did open a Buy Me a Coffee account. So if you are interested in supporting my channel, please check the link in the description and make a little donation there if you're so called to do so. Take good care of yourselves until I see you again in just a few more days. In the meantime, have a great day. I wish you peace. I wish you love. I wish you light. And that's it for now. I'll see you later. Bye.